So we left off at trying to identify maybe if there is a electrical problem with the car, because whenever we data log, the dashboard just is all over the place, which just looks like an electrical problem of some sort, a grounding issue of something like that. So we figured, because once in a while I get a check engine light for my camshaft position sensor, which starts acting really weird, which doesn't allow me to start the vehicle. Actually, I thought maybe this is, going bad. That's what Missouri was actually suggesting. So I went ahead and I ordered a new one, and I figured I'd just go ahead and check the wiring for the math for that sensor, and also the flywheel sensor as well, down as well. Just make sure that all these plugs and connectors are okay and that there's nothing really weird. And as of right now, I don't see anything wrong with them, to be honest. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and install this camshaft position sensor right now and see if I can go for a data log and see if I'm experiencing those same fluctuations that we were seeing before. And just as the process goes, weed out one hypothesis at a time and take it from there. So I just went for a log, and after cleaning out the connectors and changing that camshaft position sensor, the log looks a little bit smoother, or more smooth, I should say, but the overall problem of the lower than desired boost is still present, as well as the lower than desired MAF readings, which could be a result of that, is still present. So the next order of business is to go ahead and remove this TCV sensor that I bought brand new not too long ago, but it might be the wrong version. I'm not sure. It's really hard to, when I'm switching back and forth from all these different parts on different platforms. This one's a gray one. It kind of looks the same. I'm not sure if it has the same part number or not, actually. But supposedly this is the one that came on the vehicles that have that turbo on. I'm not sure if it handles a different level of boost or not, or the boost that's going through it. But this is another option that we can test, and then I'll go for another data log and we'll see what happens. No, it's doing it again. Why are you doing this? Oh my god. It's fluctuating again like crazy. I'm not sure why. Currently draining the coolant, and I don't really have my tools and stuff with me because I'm not at my house, so I'm just doing with what I have with some water bottles. But that's because I'm gonna go ahead and replace this expansion tank, which was the original in the car, which just, it's so old, it looks awful, and everything's black on the inside. You can't really see it, so it's time for a new one, especially if it got warped. But also, this is not the right cap. I believe it holds the wrong pressure, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace that with the OEM green one that it should have. Alright, so after many bottles, finally got the coolant drained and got the tank taken out. As you can see, it is really disgusting from the bottom. God knows how long it's been in there, but here's the new one. It looks really, really nice, and we'll just go ahead and freshen this thing up. While that coolant was drained, I went ahead and I took out one of the heater hoses, old lines that was there, and I've had this Do 88 silicone hose instead to be used for the longest time, but I just never got around to it. The other one has already been installed. As you can see, it is this blue one right here, and I installed that a few months ago just because it was out of necessity, because the old one blew. but this one was a little bit more of a pain in the butt to get to, so since I was doing that, I got around to it today. Also, since that heater hose is off, I have better access to the controlled bypass valve that I took off, and I was thinking I should go ahead and replace this. So I got this new one from Turbomart, and instead of using the spring style, which I believe these on the K24 turbos are rated for about, stock boost levels like 14-15 psi. This is the piston style. It's the shorty. It's called the shorty, I believe. Compact shorty from Turbomart, and they're self-adjusting, I believe around 30 psi or so, but that should be able to help a lot with more linear boost and with the boost spikes and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on since I have better access to the turbo with that heater hose line off. So the cool thing about this unit is that they give you two nipples that are included. One is the 90-degree nipple and the other one is the straight one, and depending on the way your turbo is clocked as well as the other parts in your car, you can choose the one that will fit your application best. For me, I'm going to go ahead and use a straight one because for my application, that heater hose that I showed you a little while ago comes right in the way of this, so this is just kind of going to go around it, or underneath it I should say. This one will get in the way. So that's tightened up, the O-ring seal is inside, and they give us new hardware that we can use. Okay, so I have to remove this factory fitting, the metal one that comes OEM from Volvo, so I can go ahead and take this piece to use on the new hose. So to get this off, you're gonna have to use something like an angle grinder. Like I said, I'm not at my house, I don't have my vise, so it's a little bit sketchy, but we'll try. Let's see what happens. With a little finagling, I was able to cut this piece and get that fitting off so that we could use it in the new pipe with some new clamps. And now we're going to have silicone instead of the old rubber that can burst on you and leave you at a quick trip gas station waiting for your friend to come tow you. Don't ask me how I know. It's a little bit hot today, so time for some coconut. Just goes here on the bottom, connects. It's kind of cool actually. It has that little flotation device that you can hear whenever I turn it upside down, and whenever that gets low, that's how the sensor knows that you're low on coolant. So this is where we're at. I stopped filming a little while ago because it is just way too hot, and filming while doing this just takes too much time. But I went ahead and I got the Turbomart blow-off valve on the compressor. It was a pain in the butt to get there, as you guys already know, whoever's doing that job. And I got the new vacuum hoses over here, 5mm inside diameter. I got those connected to some of the spots. And I'm just gonna call it a day today for now because it's getting a little bit too hot and I need to leave. This has been installed. It looks all nice and new compared to the old one with the right green cap. And I connected everything back up there, and so once I just put this back on, I think we'll go ahead and be ready to start it because it has a new camshaft sensor on it. It has the new bypass valve, new silicone lines, just to make sure that everything is buttoned up and good to go.